We're out here. This is the field where the magic happens.
Benning Bites with Damon Benning. Benning Bites with Damon Benning.
Oh, it's Benning Bites right before the holiday. Make sure you find people stay safe out there. Pretty spicy shows here as of late on old Hurrdat Sports Radio with my man Ravi Lula. Today, we were all over the place, but basically just kind of breaking down the sit-down with Coach Rhule. We looked at some team schedules, kind of Phil Steele, what he thought on yesterday's show based on what we thought. Some parting shots from Mr. Castiglione about Lincoln Riley as he enters the Big Ten Conference. And I guess basically just it's okay, right? We're freeing folks up to be vulnerable, be all in, and understand that if we're drawn in by Coach Rhule, which we apparently seem to be, because whether it's his authenticity, whether we like what he says and we know that it's just deeper than sports, a lot of it is applicable to our lifestyle or kind of how we treat other people or how we go to work or holding people accountable. Maybe you gravitated towards the fact that we finally had a head coach that said he loves being in Nebraska. Like, just go back and research and see if you can find somebody else to say that. If you like those kinds of things and you're drawn to it, you can do so unapologetically. Doesn't mean that you're putting that little powdery, sugary substance in the water and stirring it up. It doesn't mean that there's any sort of roulade. It doesn't mean any of that. You can just simply like the fact that you feel connected to a coach that talks to you like you're sitting right next to him and says a lot of the things that we want to say. You don't have to apologize for it. But I just don't know what to tell those people that, another off-season win and it's, the off-season champions. It's like, what's the alternative? Do you want them to say nothing? Just be quiet, not talk about the progress? Do you want to win the offseason? And I get it. And, Robbie said it earlier on the show. He said, I think people are just down on the fact it hasn't produced results, but just wait. If it produces results, believe me, they'll love the offseason talk. And I get it. He's probably correct in that's would probably be the stance. But that probably says more about the receivers of the information than it does the person that's given it, doesn't it? Don't let yourself off the hook. We could just be better. It's okay to keep the glass half full. And the things that I like is he's giving tangible, real-life examples of where they're getting better, whether it's the strategic building of the depth, whether it's the plan, right? First of all, you kind of have to dig down and start over, right? The roster turnover before you can build up. And it goes from losing football to competitive football to winning football to championship football. Like, there's nothing to eye roll about that. It just makes good sense. Like, a lot of the things that he's saying that have practical applications in terms of how you want to attack life. It doesn't have to be just about sports. And I actually think going into 2024 season, that's the key. The players see the practical application of the words that he uses to describe how to go play football, and it's applicable to their everyday life. That's a lot of what we call culture. It's another episode of Benning Bites.